Hey, what's going on, guys? So, due to the fact that we're all being at home and through like a lot of demand, we're going to go through some upper body thoracic and shoulder mobility routines. So this is going to be a really general one. This is one basically just to use for a bit of self-care if you happen to have quite niggly shoulders and they don't happen to open up as well as they can. So it's going to go through two basic stages. One is going to be a band warm-up or band mobilization, where you're looking to activate certain muscles and basically get everything firing a little bit more, just so your shoulders are actually moving properly. The next stage will be actual kind of isodynamic stretching, where you're looking to pull yourself into positions and relax, then gain further control over some key positions that aren't just going to help you with weightlifting or powerlifting. It's also going to help you if you happen to be doing any sport where you need to run or jump or twist or rotate, strike, where you need to be able to articulate through your upper body very freely without any fear of like pain or actual sensations of tightness that are going to stop you from moving properly. So first thing you're going to want is a band. It really doesn't matter how thick. Like if you've got really strong shoulders, you can use a super fucking thick one. If you want, you can use, and I know the band's going to be bigger than this, but obviously one of this length but of this thickness, but that's fine. Anything that's going to give you gentle resistance to help guide you through. So now what I want you to do, and again every little bit counts, I want you to sit into a position that you can achieve a flat lower back in, and one that also helps to stretch your hips. So it's either going to be here, it's going to be with legs straight out in front. It could be bear sit like this, or my favourite one to do would be this. If you struggle to sit into any of these positions, not being able to sit up flat, and you have a yoga mat or something, roll it up like this, and just sit on top of it so it elevates you off the floor slightly. That will be enough. You could even do something as simple as taking two of your shoes and literally just jamming them underneath your butt, and that sometimes will now be enough to sit you a bit further forwards. But anything that's going to help you to sit further up. Okay, now we'll get into the shoulder routine. So for the band stuff, from anywhere from 10 to 50 reps. It depends on how much of a shoulder pump you want and how hard you feel it is and how much stiffness you have. Usually the thicker the band is, the less reps you want to do. The lighter the band is, the more reps you want to do. So what we're going to do first is just a simple pull apart. What I want you to maintain for these pull apart variations we're going to do is making sure the eye of your elbow always looks at the ceiling. So we're going to go like this. Now, I want you to slightly lean forward so you have tension on your hips, and you're going to go here. Don't lean back or lurch forwards with your head. It's a very simple movement, just going here. So again, 10 to 20 reps here. You can go as high as 50. And if you look, I'm not letting the band come off tension. It's always on tension. I'm always pointing that pit of the elbow, that eye of the elbow towards the sky, and trying to make sure my neck stays long and everything in my upper back stays tight. From here, we're just going to tilt it and go across the chest. And then again, 10 to 20 of these, probably 30, 40 or 50, depending what you want to do. But remember, you've got a lot of exercises to come yet, so don't do too many. It's going to fry your shoulders out. Then other side. And again, trying to make sure the pit of the elbow, the eye of the elbow faces up that way. So we're not turning here, we're always facing upwards. Trying to encourage good mid-back activation. Then from there, I'm going to go overhand, behind the ears. This one, just make sure you keep your triceps locked. Stay leaning forward and keep pulling down through your shoulder blades and keeping your triceps locked. That's going to be important. Again, as little as 10 reps, as many as 50. Then we're going to go to here and we're going to do pec fly. Again, try and make sure you don't lurch backwards and forwards for this one. Just stay flat and break across the chest like this. And again, anywhere from 10 to 50 reps. This one you're usually going to want to do less because otherwise you'll get a really massive pec pump on. That's not necessarily what you want. And when you get here, try and keep pushing backwards with the band. That's going to be important. So now we're going to go into dislocate. So go down, touch your butt. Keep your wrists strong. Come up and over. Keep your shoulders back and down as long as you can. When the band starts to get above your head, shrug up. And then when you get here, protract. Push your shoulder blades forwards. Lightly touch the floor. Come back up. And again, shoulder blades together on the back, squeeze the hands and come back over. This one, we're actually probably looking at more 10 to 20 reps, okay? So after that, we're then gonna start to go into the actual mobility work. So first movement, preferably, is just a child's pose. And what you're gonna do is use it to open up your T-spine. So there's two variations you can do. There's one you can do on the floor, which is just really simple. You're gonna put the arms out in front, hopefully about thumbs length apart like this, if you can see that. Then all you're gonna do is push back, keeping your chest as high off the floor as you can whilst leaning further back. Then come forwards a bit again. And back. If you wanted more T-spine stretch, you go thumbs up. Then you rock and you press like this. I'm trying to keep my chest ever so slightly off the floor, even as I get really far back on my chin up. And then pull my shoulders back and down as well. And you won't just get a stretch, you'll also get a bit of a squeezing sensation here. So then the one that I would prefer for you to do if you can, is do the same thing, hands same length apart, maybe thumbs up. On a surface, kneeling away from it, so then you can pull under, like this. Now, I can really extend my upper back and work on pulling myself into a better position. adjust your knees into a position where it's going to allow you to sink down without you overarching your lower back too much. So that's what's really important. Just make sure you keep this tucked, so we're not just doing this, we're keeping a brace on your abs. So as you go down, it's forced to go and work into your upper back. So about 10 to 20 of these. When you finish your last rep of the set, this is what I want you to do. I want you to stick here and just do this. Keep the arms straight, keep the abs braced, and just rotate and lean towards one arm more than the other. And you get a bigger stretch in your lats. And you'll be able to even out the tightness in each shoulder and just get into some of those nooks and crannies that are hard to get into. Okay. Next one is real simple. It's just to thread the needle. So you're going to go like this into like a little like beast or bear position on all fours. You're going to reach through. Ideally, we're trying to get this shoulder as close to this hand as we can. We're then going to lean on it so we get a big stretch through our upper back. And if you want to increase it a bit, you can go here and you can just try and rotate with your hand on your hip. You're then going to come up, rotate and reach. And again, you're trying to reach over to encourage that thoracic rotation. And again, eye of the elbow faces up this way and comes all the way over. So again, about 5 or 10 of those per side. Eye of the elbow going up, okay? And then after that, the very, very last one, we'll just go through a little bit more thoracic rotation. And for that, what we'll usually do is we'll go into this position here. So almost as if you're into a pistol squat or falling over. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna have one hand behind you like this. You're gonna rotate as far as you can. Once you get as far as you can, I want you to go with the elbow on the back of the knee and use it to keep on helping you rotate this way. It's important to rotate as far as you can with just your body weight first, like this, so just your upper back, then you plant the hand, then you rotate further. This is one of those movements that will sometimes give you a really satisfying like click that releases everything. And look, I'm pulling through. I'm trying to pull my shoulder blades together as I do it. And the tempo will just be rotate, hold here, put the hand down, pull through rotation, hold here for 2 or 3 seconds, then back again. Again, about 10 to 20 reps per side. At the very end of each of those stretches, if you want to, you can just hold each key position. So with the reach, with the thread the needle, it'll be the hold and the rotation up. With that, it'll be the deepest stretch position. With this one, it'll obviously be when you reach the furthest position here. But you hold each of those positions for about 20 seconds. If you want a bit more of a pump, and you're just looking to make your shoulders feel good and get some blood through them before a session, do more rounds of the band stuff, just one round of the stretching. If you're looking to try and improve shoulder mobility and flexibility, and basically try and ease off after a session or during the day when you don't have a session, do one round of the band stuff, do a few rounds of the stretching.